Hello and welcome. Chris from Missouri here, bringing you another video about vintage baseball cards. In this video, I'm going to show you a couple cards, a couple pretty cool cards. But I'm really excited to tell you what's going on with me over the next week or so. See, today is January the 11th. Yeah, January the 11th. And next week, starting on Wednesday, I am going to leave Middle Missouri, and I got snow all the way up to my rear. We got about 15, 16 inches of total snow the last few days, and I'm tired of it, and it's cold. And so we're leaving here in Middle Missouri, myself, my friend Tom, and my friend Brent, who you heard me talk about. And we're taking off, and we're going south. See, there's a card show in Dallas on the 16th, 17th, and 18th. And we have been invited by none other than Baseball Collector to come to his house before the show. And we're going to spend the night somewhere in Fort Worth, Texas. And we get to visit the Beast. And for those of you that know the term the Beast when it comes to baseball cards in this YouTube community, I think you'd be excited for. See, the Beast is a storage facility inside Mike's baseball card room that he and his dad, and maybe the help of his son, built. And it's legendary, and only a few YouTubers have seen it. And Mike's got an incredible baseball collection, and he's going to share that with me and my friends. And so I am really looking forward to that. So we're going to leave on Wednesday to go there. So if you're hearing this, that means we're going to be at the card show, the Dallas Card Show, on that Friday. So if you're there, if you're going to be at that show, message me, try to get a hold of me, respond to this. But if you see me, I'll be the one walking around with three clowns. That's Tom and Brent and Baseball Collector. So I won't be hard to recognize. But if you see me, come up and say hi if you would, and let's talk and chat. I'd love to get to know you, but I am so excited. I'm looking forward to picking up a card. But here's the thing: when I travel with Tom and Brent, because we've done this before, we take cards to trade with each other. So after the show, we'll get us a bite to eat, and we'll go back to the room, maybe have us a drink or two, and then we will trade cards like we're 13, 14-year-old kids. And I think those two are looking forward to it as much as I am. So if you see us there, again, come say hi. Now I'm going to show you a card that I picked up this past week. See, my local card shop in Columbia called Dugout Sports Cards, and it's owned by Chase. And now Chase is a good one. See, if there's anybody that deserves to grow a baseball card business, I do believe it's Chase. He had a baseball card business for a long time when it wasn't so cool. And he lived through some of the lean times, and now I think he's benefiting on some of the upticks in the hobby. And so he had a card shop, pardon my dog, but he had a card shop that was in Middle Missouri in Columbia, right off of I-70. And he has outgrown it, and he has moved, not across town, just about a mile or two from the coop. Quit. He just moved to another card shop, and he had a grand opening yesterday. And so what I like to do, like when I go to a card show, and it's a significant card show that I go and spend the night at or go meet some people, I like to pick up a card that I can remember that experience by. For instance, in Strongsville a couple years ago, I traded a Satchel Paige rookie for another Satchel Paige rookie. And when I pick up that card, I remember going to Strongsville. I remember being there with friends of mine, Scott Reindeer Studio, Don Field of Dreams, and Mike Canadian Cards, and Andrew, and a host of other greats. But I remember that by looking at that card, and that's kind of neat. And so I decided I wanted to buy a card when I was at their grand opening. So a year or two from now, when I pick up the card, I can remember it. And for those of you that know Dugout Sports, it's a great. It's great for the modern hobby. He's got the best prices on stuff uh, for anybody in the modern hobby. But he also, every once in a while, he has some vintage stuff, but it's hard for him to maintain the vintage stuff. Well, now, for those of you that have gone to card shows around the area from Arkansas to Kansas City to St. Louis and in Columbia, you'll know the name of Jeremy. And Chase is allowing Jeremy. Now, I don't know what kind of the setup they have or kind of the deal they have, but Jeremy now has a little place inside a dugout that you can go in there and you can see vintage cards. And I think they're going to make a commitment to having vintage cards. So not only is it a great place to go for the modern day stuff and getting the new stuff, but it's also going to be a good place to go to check out some vintage cards. So while I was there, I picked up a card. Now, I had this card right here. This is a 33 Rogers Hornsby. Okay. Now, I had that card, and I had it for a while. And for some reason, I traded it to someone. And so if you look up Rogers Hornsby set registry, the 1933 Goudy, either you can have this one for the registry, number 188, or you can have what most people choose is the 119. Now, that's in a fielding pose, that kind of stuff, and this is more manager-like. But I had this one for the longest time, and then I didn't have it, and I missed it, and I saw it there at Dugout Sports, so I had to pick it up. So I probably won't trade this ever again. It'll be in my collection for the longest time. But when I pick that up a year or 2 years from now, I'm going to remember, hopefully I'm going to remember that I picked that up from Jeremy at Chase's during the re-grand opening. Now, guys, if you get this and hear it and going to be in the Texas area, let me know. I'd like to see you. I'd like to visit you. If you're going to be set up at the card show in Dallas, let me know. I'll come over there. I'd like to see you. But guys, I'm having a great time. This is the beginning of the hobby season for me. And remember, it is just a hobby. Collect what you like.